Just
Is
start
it
the
a
question.
problem, sir?
Read. First we read the question.
Yeah.
I will give you that this PDF. Okay, PDF of this chapter.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you have, can you take the printout of this?
Yeah, I can, sir.
Can you able to take the printout of this?
Yes, yes, I can. If you send me
Okay.
now, I'll do it.
Yeah, yeah. It's because when I solve the question now,
Yeah.
if you have the question in the hard copy, it's better.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You send me, sir. I'll just download it.
You are required to prepare Omega Limited profit and loss statement for the year ended 31st March 2018 and the balance sheet as on that date in accordance with the Companies Act 2013 in vertical form along with the notes. This is very important. Notes to accounts. Okay. In each and every question they ask to prepare the notes and it's time taking. So very important and it also take time. This is the main thing. This is okay. It's time taking process. That's why in financial statement most of the students not able to complete the entire question. Okay, because the notes is required to prepare. Okay. Now we have gone through the trial balance. Stock, opening stock is given. This is opening stock. Okay, 31st March 2019 is the closing date. This means this is the opening stock. Purchase, salary, freight, carriage, furniture, contribution to PF, rent rates, stationery, repair, insurance, miscellaneous expenses, staff welfare, plant and machinery, cash at bank, patent, trade receivable. And some item in the credit side, purchase return, sales, discount received, balance of profit and loss 12,000. This is the opening balance of P&L, which last year balance. This is last year balance. Share capital, trade payables and general reserves. Okay. After this, some adjustment is given here. You are required to statement of the 31st March 2019 and balance sheet at that date after taking into consideration the following information. Closing stock is 1,76,000. Make a provision for income tax 40%. Depreciate plant and machinery 15%. Furniture 10% and patent 5%. Outstanding rent 1,600. Outstanding salary 1,800. The directors recommended a dividend of 15% after transfer to general reserve of rupees 4,000. Dividend distribution tax payable at an effective rate of we have to I am just cutting this adjustment because nowadays company is not paying dividend distribution tax. Okay, this is the question is old question and this I am cutting this adjustment. This adjustment will not come right from this exam because the company is not liable to pay dividend distribution tax. Okay. Trade receivable 5,000 are due from more than 6 months. Provide 1020 for doubtful debt. And the last adjustment is given is authorized capital of the company is 4 lakh divided into 40,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, of which 20,000 shares have been issued and fully paid up. 2,000 shares were however issued for consideration other than cash. 2,000 शेयर भी इशू हुआ है लेकिन ये अदर देन कैश. अदर देन कैश मीन्स लाइक बोनस इशू. 2,000 share is issued as bonus issue. Okay. Now we have to prepare this notes, all the notes of the question first. First we prepare all the notes of the question related to income statement. After completing the income statement, we move to the balance sheet. Okay. But when you answer the question now, you in your answer sheet first prepare the format of the income statement, yani profit and loss statement. After that you prepare the format of balance sheet, and from third page you prepare the notes, because the presentation of the answer is like this. Okay, as I told in the first class, because the examiner is not going to check all the notes, directly checking the profit and loss account. If answer is telling, then marks is allowing, and then move forward to the next question. Okay. Now we have to prepare the notes, main notes to accounts. And first notes is revenue from operation. Revenue from operation. This means sales. Where is the sales? Sales is 6,80,000. Is there any purchase or sales return given in the trial balance? No. There is no sales return given in the trial balance. Now other revenue from operation is discount received. Discount received is also come in the heading of revenue from operation. 6,000. Total 6,86,000 revenue from operation. Okay. Second one is other income. Is there any other income in this question? Other income? No. There is no other income. Nil.
Discount receipts.
Third, we have to find out the purchase of stock in trade, because in this question there is no raw material given. There is no raw material is given. This means you don't have to find out the raw material consumed. Okay, because there is no raw material given in the question. They are lightly writing the purchase only. So we have to write the purchase of stock in trade. Purchase amount 4,90,000 minus, there is purchase return is given 20,000. Purchase return 20,000, 4,70,000 plus there is direct expenses, which is the freight given, freight which is generally related to the purchase. Okay, if there is freight or carriage is given, we generally consider it carriage inward or freight inward. If it is not specifically mentioned carriage outward or freight inward, then it is considered as freight inward. If outward is not specifically given, then it is considered as freight inward. And freight inward means freight on purchase. Freight 1,900. 4,71,900 is the total purchase of stock in trade. Okay. Now fourth, changes in inventory. In this you have to first write down the opening stock. Opening stock is 1,50,000. And how much is the closing stock given in the question is 1,76,000 less. Closing stock 1,76,000. And 26,000 is negative. Changes in inventory in negative, there is 26,000. Okay. After this we have to find out employee benefits. Any type of payment to the employee or for his current benefit or for his future benefit will all come in the heading of employee benefits. Okay, how much is the amount of salary? We are given the salary is 60,000. Then these items are coming under this heading. Salary will come, contribution to PF, and staff welfare is there. Wages is not there. No. And 3 items is there. One is salary, then contribution to PF, and then is staff welfare. And there is outstanding also given in the question, outstanding salary. So when you write down the salary, you include the outstanding amount. Salary is 60,000. So when I am writing the salary, 60,000 plus outstanding 1800, 61,800. Then contribution to PF, is 10,000. Then staff welfare expenses, staff welfare 5,000. Total will be 76,800. Okay, clear? No, next notes will be depreciation and amortization. In the question they have given the adjustment, plant and machinery 15% depreciation, furniture 10%, patent 5%. Okay, the 3 rate of depreciation is given in different assets. Plant and machinery, where is the plant and machinery? 15,000. Find the depreciation at the rate of 15%. Depreciation on plant and machinery 58,000 multiplied by 15%. 8,700. Then depreciation on furniture. Furniture is how much? How much is the amount of furniture? 34,000. So 34,000 multiplied by 10%. 3,400. And depreciation on patent, they begin 5%, and 9,600 is the amount of patent. 480. Add it. 3,700 plus 3,400 plus 480. 12,580. 12,580. Okay. Now we have to find out the finance cost. Finance cost is related to any debenture or loan if there is any given in the question. Now debenture is not there, loan is also not there, no bank overdraft. This means finance cost becomes nil. There is no finance cost. Finance cost nil. After this, other cost, other expenses. Other expenses. Now, in other expenses, the expenses which are not covered in the above heads will come. Rent, stationery, repair, insurance, miscellaneous expenses. All these are come under the heading of other expenses. Okay. Then you write down the rent. Rent is how much? 8,000. Stationery 3,800. Rent. There is a rent outstanding is also there in the question. Rent 8,000 plus outstanding 1,600. 9,600. After this rent, then stationery. Stationery is how much in the trial balance? 3,800. Stationery is 3,800. Okay. Now repair. After this repair is how much? 4,000. Insurance 6,000 and miscellaneous expenses 300. Insurance repair 4,000, insurance 6,000 and miscellaneous expenses. Miscellaneous expenses is 300. Okay. Now, is there any other expenses? We have written this. There is no expenses. There is no other expenses now. In this question, they want to maintain a provision for doubtful debt 1020 is given in the question. This will come in the other expenses. Okay. Provision for doubtful debt will come in other expenses. Provision for doubtful debt 1020. Now you make the total. What will be the total? 9,600 plus 1,300, 3,800 plus 6,000 plus 4,000 plus 300 plus 1020. 24,720. Okay. These are the notes we have prepared in related to income statement. Okay. Now we prepare the income statement. We prepare the income statement first. After that we move to the notes of the balance sheet related to balance sheet. Okay. Now in profit and loss statement. Profit and loss statement. Revenue from operation. Notes number 1. Total is 6,86,000. Other income. This means total income is 6,86,000. Total income is 6,86,000. Now, expenses. Purchase from stock in trade. Notes number 3. Total is 4,71,900. 4. Changes in inventory. Notes number 4. 26,000 negative. Okay. After this, employee benefits. Employee benefits. Employee benefits notes is total is 76,800. 76,800. Okay. Now next, depreciation and amortization. Notes number 6. Total depreciation is coming out. How much? 12,580. 12,580. After this, finance cost. Nil. After this, other expenses. Other expenses total is how much? 24,720. 24,720. Now you have to make the total of expenses. Make the total of expenses. 471,900 minus 26,000 plus 76,800 plus 12,580 plus 24,720. 5,60,000. Total is 5,60,000. Okay. Total is 5,60,000. Now you have to find out the profit before extraordinary item. एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी आइटम माइनस करके हम लोग तो निकाल लेंगे इसको. इनकम माइनस एक्सपेंसेस. इनकम इज 6,86,000 minus 5,60,000. This will be 1,26,000. Okay. No. Plus minus extraordinary item. In this question there is no extraordinary item, nil. Then it will come profit before tax. $1,26,000. Okay. Now you just see the question. What is the amount of provision required? What is the amount of provision required? Make a provision for income tax is 40%. In this question they have given you 40% the rate of income tax. Okay. Rate of income tax is 40%. You find out the 1,26,000 40% less provision for tax 40%. This means 1,26,000 40%. 50,400. Now this will profit after tax. This will come minus 1,26,000. 75,600. Okay. This income statement is completed. Income statement is completed. If you just write down if you have not written. Income statement is completed. Now we have to prepare the notes related to balance sheet, and after that we prepare the balance sheet. Okay, but here we used to this, but in exam, as I told you, first you left first page for the income statement, prepare the whole format, leave the page. Then move to the second page, prepare the format of the balance sheet. Then move to the next page. Okay, and then prepare the all notes at one place. Okay, in sequence order. First you prepare the notes related to income statement, then prepare the income statement, come to the income statement, so complete it, then move to the same notes page where the all notes will prepare the all notes again for the balance sheet. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Now we have to prepare the notes to accounts related to balance sheet. Serial number is 9. 8 up to 8 we have prepared the notes for the income statement. Now the serial number is 9. First notes is share capital. Share capital. First note is share capital. In this question they have given you the authorized capital. We have to show in the notes how much is the authorized capital. Just you see the balance adjustment. Okay, just to see the adjustment is there. How much is the authorized capital? Authorized capital is given is rupees 4 lakh divided into 40,000 equity share. Okay, authorized capital is rupees 4 lakh divided into 40,000 equity share capital. Okay, now you just write down this in the notes. $40,000 equity share of rupees 10 each, 4 lakh. बंद कर देंगे. Authorized capital will not come in the balance sheet. It will only show in the notes. Authorized capital amount will not shown in the balance sheet. It will only come in the notes. Okay. Now see the how much is the issued capital. How much is the issued capital? How much is the issued capital? How much is the issued capital? Issued capital. 20,000 shares have been issued and fully paid up, and 2,000 shares were however issued for consideration other than cash. Here in question, how much is the share capital is given? 2 lakh. This means 20,000 out of 20,000, 2,000 shares out of 20,000, 2,000 shares issued for other than cash, and only 18,000 shares issued for cash. Okay, only 18,000 shares issued for cash and 2,000 issued for other than cash. So we have to write down like this, because other than cash means bonus issue. When we prepare the notes, we have to write down the like this. $18,000 equity share of rupees 10 each, 1,80,000. 18,000 equity share of rupees 10 each, 1,80,000. Then again 2,000 equity share of rupees 10 each, 20,000. But here you have to mention specifically, that is none issue other than cash. Issue other than cash. You have to mention in, if the any share is issued other than cash, you have to specifically mention in the notes. The 2,000 share is issue other than cash. Total share capital is 2 lakh. Okay, this 2 lakh will come in the balance sheet. Authorized capital will not show in the balance sheet. Now second part is reserve and surplus. Sorry, 9, notes number 10. 9, and this is notes number 10. Not B, not notes number 10. Now you show the balance sheet. Question, there is a opening P&L account given in the question. Is opening P&L is given in the question. How much opening P&L? Opening P&L is how much? Opening P&L is 12,000 and opening GR is 31,000. In this question they have also given you the directors recommend 15% dividend. After general reserve is also 4,000. 4,000 ट्रांसफ़र टू जनरल रिजर्व करना है हमको, और 15% डिविडेंड भी देना है. 2 चीज़ आपको ध्यान में रखना. और डिविडेंड हमेशा पेड अप कैपिटल पे दिया जाता है. हियर ऑल द शेयर्स आर पेड अप. ओके, ऑल द शेयर्स यानी 20,000 शेयर्स आर पेड अप, एंड दिस इज नोन एज, दिस इज पेड अप शेयर कैपिटल. This is paid up share capital, because there is no mention about calls in arrear. If calls in arrear is given, then we have to find out the paid up capital, this amount minus calls in arrear. But in this question there is no calls in arrear. This means 2 lakh is fully paid up. Okay. Then we have to, opening P&L is 12,000 and opening GR is 31,000. Okay. profit and loss account balance. Profit and loss account balance is 31,000. Okay, write down 31,000. Sorry, 30,000. 30,000, no? Then
This one no, sorry.
add profit during the year. During the year. Current year profit after profit tax is how much? 75,600. 75,600. Add it. 1,05,600. Now from here you have to deduct. First one is transfer to GR. In this question they have mentioned that you have to find transfer to GR 4,000 minus proposed dividend. They have given the rate of dividend in this question. 15% of paid up capital, that is 2 lakh. This means 30,000. Okay. Is there any other amount is given in the question like interim dividend? If suppose interim dividend is there, then you have to adjust in the trading P&L. No interim dividend is there. No interim dividend, no interim dividend. Interim dividend is not given in this question. Okay. Oh, opening P&L is 12,000. I have written 30,000. Oh, 12,000 only. Sorry. You have to 12,000. Now this will change. This will become 87,600. Now this is okay. Now this is okay. Add it. Find the solution. Balance figure. Sorry, 87. Right. 600 minus 4,000 minus 30,000. 53,600. Okay. Now general reserve. Opening balance of general reserve is how much? Opening balance of general reserve is how much? Opening balance is 31,000 given in the trial balance. This is become opening balance. Okay, the opening balance 31,000 plus this amount will be added here. P&L account 4,000. This will 35,000. Now you will get the total 53 plus 35,000. 88,600. 88,600. Okay. This note is completed. Now, next is, in this question there is no long-term liability. Okay, in this question there is no long-term liability. You just see the trial balance. There is no long-term liability. Only trade payable is given. Okay, there is no long-term liability. Then this means there is non-current liability is nil. Non-current liability is nil. So we have to prepare current liability notes. Notes of current liability only. Come. current liability. Trade payable. Trade payable is how much given in the question? How much given in the question? Trade payable. Trade payable is how much trade payable? How much trade payable? Trade payable. Trade payable is 49,000, and these two expenses also come under current liability. Other current liability 1600 and outstanding salary 1800 and trade payable 49,000. Other current liability is outstanding rent 1600, outstanding salary 1800. You get the total of this. 49,000 plus 1600 plus 1800. 52,400. Okay. And other, sorry. One more thing is there, no? So, provisions. Short-term provisions. Short-term provision is also there. The provision for tax. Provision for tax is come 50,400 and proposed dividend. Proposed dividend is 30,000. Now you add it. Okay. You can separately total it like this. Here you can make three total. 3,400 here. Here 49,000 and here is 80,400 because three different heading are current liability. Okay. Other current liability is separate heading, trade payable is separate and short-term provision is separate. This is notes number 10 now. This is 11, this is 12, this is 13. Okay. Now we have to prepare the notes related to assets. First we see what are the assets is there. Okay, assets. Assets. What are the assets is there? Assets means tangible fixed assets. First of all, we have to see what are the tangible fixed assets. A plant and machinery is the tangible fixed assets. Then furniture is tangible. We have to prepare the notes of these. Okay, of these two items you have to prepare the notes. Just prepare the notes of tangible fixed assets. And then non-tangible fixed assets, and then after we move to the non-current assets. Sorry, current assets. And first we prepare the non-current assets. Non-current assets. Under this 14 number notes is tangible fixed assets. Tangible fixed assets. Tangible में plant and machinery. Plant and machinery is 58,000 minus depreciation 15%. 15% depreciation is how much? Depreciation is 15% means we have prepared the notes now for depreciation 8,700. This will come 49,300. Then furniture. Furniture is 34,000. Then depreciation 10%. 3,400. This will come 30,600. Total it. This will become 79,900. Okay. 15 number notes. Intangible fixed assets. Intangible fixed assets. Patents. Patents is how much? 9,600. Less depreciation 9,480. Balance will be 9,120. Okay. After this, you prepare the notes of non-current investment is not there. There is no investment in this question. Okay, we have to prepare notes directly to the current assets. We have to prepare the notes of current assets. Okay, current assets. Now, here one adjustment is given in the trade receivable. Just you see the trade receivable. Okay, and the adjustment is one trade receivable is overdue 6 months, more than 6 months. They have given in the instruction in the question. Trade receivable 5,000 are due more than 6 months. Okay, more than 6 months. This will be you have to show separately in the balance sheet. And then other trade receivable. Total trade receivable is 65,000. Out of this, 5,000 is more than 6 months. Trade receivable 60,000. Then trade receivable again. You have to mention separately. More than 6 months. 5,000. Total will come 65,000. But in the notes you have to show separately. Okay, minus provision for doubtful debt. Provision for doubtful debt, which is 1020. Okay, 1020. The 65,000 minus 1020 is 63,980. This way you have to show. Okay. Now, next. After trade receivable is stock. Stock. This means closing stock. You show the closing in stock in the balance sheet. 76,000. Then cash and cash equivalent. cash and cash equivalent, in which there is cash balance, where is cash at bank only. Is there any cash in hand? Cash in hand? No. There is no cash in hand. Only cash at bank 92,400. So we have to show here cash at bank 92,400. Now the notes is completed. Now you have to prepare the balance sheet. Okay. Now you have to prepare the balance sheet. This way you have to solve the question in, because they have in each question they have mentioned they prepare the necessary notes. This means you have to prepare the notes to accounts. If you are not preparing notes to accounts, only roughly showing roughly accounts, this means they will cut the marks, even though your income statement and balance sheet will perfectly correct, no problem. But notes is not prepared properly, your marks will be cut down. Okay. Now we have to prepare the balance sheet. Just come to the balance sheet. Now we have to prepare the balance sheet. Write down this part. Just a minute. Now balance it. Format. Notes amount. Equity and liabilities. Under this, shareholder fund. Under this, share capital. Notes number 9, total amount 2 lakh. Authorized capital will not come in the balance sheet, only this issued capital. Okay. B. Reserve and surplus. Reserve and surplus. Reserve and surplus total is 88,600. This total will come 88,000. Notes number 10, 88,600. Okay. After this, second, non-current liability, nil. Third, current liability, trade payable, 49,000. Notes number 11. Then other current liability, 3,400. After this, short-term provision, total is short-term provision total is 80,400. Okay, this the item, all the item of the balance sheet, liability side. Now you make the total of this. Make the total of this. how much is the total? 2 lakh plus 88,600 plus 49,000 plus 3,400 plus 80,400. Total is 4,21,400. Okay. Now we come to the asset side. First item is non-current assets. Non-current assets. Tangible fixed assets. Tangible fixed assets. We have prepared the notes for this tangible fixed assets. Just see the how much is the amount of tangible fixed assets. How much the amount of tangible fixed assets? 79,900. Okay. 79,900. Now write down this 79,900. Number. Then intangible fixed assets. 15 number. This will 9120. Okay. After this, current assets. Trade receivable. Notes number 16. 63,980. Then stock 17. This will 1,76,000. Then cash and cash equivalent. $18. 92,400. Make the total. $79,900 plus 9120 plus 63,980 plus 1,76,000 plus 92,400. This will 4,21,400. Now the balance sheet tally. Okay, this means question we have solved correctly.